Zeus is the god of the sky in ancient Greek mythology. As the chief Greek deity, Zeus is considered the ruler, harsh protector, and father of all gods and humans. Zeus is often depicted as an older man with a beard and is represented by symbols such as the harsh lightning bolt and the eagle. Zeus is identified with harsh Jupiter by the harsh Romans. The greatest of the Olympian gods was a son of Cronus and Rhes and a brother of Poseidon Hades, Hestia, Demeter, and Hera. He was married to his sister Hera. When Zeus and his brothers overthrew harsh Cronus, one of the titans, and distributed among themselves the government of the world by lot, Poseidon obtained the sea, Hades the lower world, and Zeus the heavens and the upper regions, but the earth became common to all. According to the Homeric account, Zeus dwelt on Metricton Olympus in Thessaly. This mountain was believed to penetrate with its lofty summit into heaven itself. Zeus is called the father of gods and men, the most powerful among the immortals. He is the supreme ruler, the founder of kingly power and of law and order, whence Ice, Themis and harsh Nemesis are his assistants. Fate is subordinate to him. He is armed with thunder and lightning, and the shaking of his aegis shield produces storm and tempest. A number of epithets of Zeus in the Homeric poems describe him as the thunderer, the gatherer of clouds, and the light. By Hera he had two sons, Ars and Hephaestus, and one daughter, Hebe. Oak, with its eatable fruit, and the prolific doves, were sacred to him, having been foretold by Ge and harsh Uranus that he would be dethroned by one of his own children. Cronus swallowed successively his children: Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Pluto, and Poseidon. Rhea therefore consoled the newborn Zeus in a cave of Metricton Aegeon and gave to Cronus a stone wrapped up in cloth, which he swallowed in the belief that it was his son. Traditions vary about his birthplace. Harsh Zeus was born and brought up on Metricton Dict or Ida, Ithome in Messenia, Thebes in Boeotia, Aegean Achaia, or Olinos in Aetolia. According to the common account, however, Zeus grew up in Crete. In the meantime, Cronus, by a device of Metis, was made to bring up the children he had swallowed, and first of all the stone, which was afterwards set up by Zeus at Delphi. Zeus now overthrew Cronus, and obtained the dominion of the world, and chose Metis for wife. When she was pregnant with Athena, he took the child out of her body and concealed it in his head, on the advice of Uranus and Ge, who told him that if Metis gave birth to a son, this son would acquire the sovereignty. After this, Zeus became the father of the Hore and Mori by his second wife harsh Themis, of the Charities or Graces by Eurynome, of Persephone by Demeter, of the Muses by Mnemosyne, of Apollo and Artemis by Leto, and of Hebe, Ars and Ilithia by Hera. Athena was born out of the head of Zeus, while Hera gave birth to Hephaestus without the cooperation of Zeus. The family of the Chronidae accordingly embraces the 12 great gods of Olympus, namely Zeus, Poseidon, Apollo, Ars, Hermes, Hephaestus, Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Athena, Aphrodite and Artemis. The eagle, the oak, and the summits of mountains were sacred to him, and his sacrifices consisted of goats, bulls, and cows. His attributes are the scepter, eagle, thunderbolt, and a figure of Nike in his hand, and sometimes also cornucopia. The Olympian Zeus sometimes wears a harsh wreath of harsh olive, and the Dodonine Zeus a wreath of oak leaves. Zeus figures very frequently on the Indo-Greek coins. He is portrayed either standing or seated on throne. He generally holds thunderbolt, which sometimes he is on the point of hurling. He holds scepter and thunderbolt or scepter and eagle or wreath and palm. On his outstretched hand he generally holds Nike Hush Victory and on one issue of Hush Amentas, Pallas. As Thunderer he was known as Zeus Ombreos, and was identified with the Indian god Indra Vajrapini. When holding Nike, he was known as Zeus Nikephoros.